Oh yeah. Spiral staircase. Things I do for you lot, I don't know. Let's take the shades off so I can see. If we have an earthquake, I'm coming down here quite quickly, I think. I don't recommend this. But I would have guessed that if they didn't want you doing it, they'd block it off, wouldn't they? Right, there you go. Don't need a drone, do you? It's the old church, look. Interesting building that is. And like I say, we're on the bell tower at the moment, and it's all stretched out behind me. If you suffer from vertigo, I don't recommend it. But yeah, what a view from up here. You can see the whole village. Look, it goes on forever. Massive, massive place. Now I know we've got places bigger, but as I said earlier, you have to remember there wasn't any transport. Everything was in-house, I would think, here. So there you go. Ho ho ho, it's Christmas. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Right, well, first of all, it is Christmas. It's been a long year, making lots of interesting videos. I'd like to just thank you a lot for your support. You are amazing. Those of you who've hit subscribe, thank you ever so much for doing that. And for those of you who haven't, hit like, share and subscribe. Sit back and enjoy the ride. And don't hit the subscribe button twice, because you'll unsubscribe. That's very important. Anyway, yeah, big thanks to you lot who have subscribed. For those of you who visited the Coffee and PayPal page this year, thank you ever so much. That makes a big difference to my life. If you haven't had a look at that, there is some stuff on there that's free, so why not pop on and have a look? You don't have to pay anything. There's some photographs, little bits and pieces I've written on there that you can have a look at. Right, so what we got on this video, well, this is a bit of a look back at the year. I thought you might like that. And I'd like to make a shout out to my friend James, actually, who loves the Black Pearl. He likes nothing more than to pester his granny bucket to put it on so he can watch the Black Pearl race around the island. Don't worry, James, there'll be plenty of that next year. I know there hasn't been much of it on and off the later part of this year, but next year there'll be plenty more of that. Right, so we start off the video with where this all started, this trip this year. I mean, it's been quite a long journey for me, those of you who follow me. I had a nice place in Spilia, as some of you know, overlooking Augustoli and the lagoon. And it was lovely there. I really liked it, and I liked the landlady, Yolana, if you're watching. Hi. Yeah, I liked it there. I was happy. Unfortunately, somebody decided they owned the land that our driveway was on, and he blocked it off. And there was no moving him. We tried to negotiate with him. I think Terry even offered to buy the land that road was on, but no, wasn't having none of it. So we all had to move out. Although it's worked out for the best, I do miss the view. But now I have a wonderful place, as you all know, in Caravados. Fantastic, and the landlady and landlord are brilliant. The family's lovely. My neighbours are absolutely fantastic. If you're watching, Steve, hello, mate. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So that could be it. That could be the place. Right, so potentially we're looking at renting this. It's on the market at the minute, but it hasn't sold in about 3 years to my knowledge. So I've offered to rent it, and they haven't said no. So I've come to have another look. That'd be one of the views you get. Just about make the Hatter out over there. I'll be right next door to a guy that I get on with quite well, a guy called Mackies. The only problem is there's a bit of a fire hazard. If any of that catches fire, it'll come straight over here. But, well, garden's very overgrown. Big walk round balcony. I can see something straight away that my mate Terry will like. Needs digging out. It's very overgrown, but I've said that I'll take care of it. Go on then, go on. Got some little doggies that are walking around. So that'll be the driveway. Then under here, a massive store. And the rest of your garden. So plenty to do if I take it on. Going to have a look at the inside. You come up the stairs, you're around here. All the shutters are closed at the minute, so it's a little bit on the dark side. So straight in we've got the living room. Apparently at the moment they're talking about coming and getting the personal effects if I take it on, but they'd like to leave the furniture. Yeah, might get rid of some of that, I think. Get a better settee perhaps. So here's one bedroom. There's a table for outside there. There is some problem with the roof, which either they'll sort out or I might have a look at, but generally the building's dry, it's just the paint's come off the ceiling, I think. So this is the kitchen. Yeah, that might need modernising, but I could probably do that for them at a bit of a rent reduction perhaps. So then we come in here and there's a bathroom, which again could do with updating, but I'm not that worried about that for the minute. It's just having somewhere to live. Then there's another bedroom in here with 2 beds, big wardrobe. And I think this is probably the main bedroom. It's got air conditioning, big old bed, and dressing table. As you can see, it's got a bit of a leak in the roof there. The roof's going to need to be done. So yeah, this could be the new Rudge mansion. Well, good morning, Rudge. Isn't it a wonderful morning? Yes, yes it is. As you can see, the town is waking up, sun's up, because I'm on my way to sign for the house. Yeah, finally I have somewhere to live again. I will miss the old place in Spillia, but I will be popping in to see Yolana and Left Terrace, their family now. And this place has got 3 bedrooms, so more room for friends, and a whacking great place downstairs for partying. So let's, without further ado, let's go and have a look while I go and sort the paperwork out and then get a coffee. As if by magic, just like that, it's the next day, because we've had a few ups and downs, and I'm in. So I've been trimming back some of the I've been trimming back some of the foliage. So as you can see, you can get in now. Get in with a car if you wanted to. So let's take you and show you what I've done. I've trimmed the foliage down there, and I've made a start on that, and all the way along here. This is going to be tied up and trained. I've cleaned all that up. Need a pressure washer really. I'll try and get hold of one of them. I've cut this corner back because it was all overgrown. All the windows are now open. I've just took the Wi-Fi up temporarily. Gary told me how to do it. So as we came in, there used to be, and I'll put it up in the video in a minute, there used to be a china cabinet there, but I moved it. So that's the living room now. Aren't I lucky? Look at that, every morning I get that view. Fantastic. I've started just taking the tops off the trees. I'm not going to cut too much off because it does mask the house, but I quite like watching the traffic going along the back road. You can just about make the back road out there. I've got a few of my pictures up, my first bike that I ever built, and me and my daughter and the kids, and of course Peter Hicks. Me and Pete got on famously, and of course you'll all recognise that from the site. Richard Bartlam did that for me. In here, behind the sliding door, is the Bucket's bedroom, which is now done. I've moved quite a lot of stuff around. It's all becoming useful, though, I have to say, and I really do like this bedroom set. And Pat will get a lovely view of the mountain in the mornings. Very 70s, look at that. Very James Bond. I'm going to have to put some oil or grease on it. The kitchen, well, let's put the light on. It takes 2 weeks to come on. There you go, it's on. Well, I haven't really done a lot. I moved the china cabinet. I decided it didn't belong in here. I didn't want to damage it really. So I've just had a bit of a reconfiguration. I can now pull that table out if I want it. And but nothing else has changed. I will put a unit in there, I think, so that I can, it makes cooking easier. My bedroom, well, I haven't really changed very much in there. I'm still waiting for Gary to come, and if he gives me the lead, I'll fit it. Yeah, I've put the rugs down because this time of year it's quite nice. And I've got some more of that. That should be in Pat's room really, shouldn't it? But I'm keeping it. And the famous sign off the boat. And then we've got my my phone desk. I love the old phone. Brilliant, isn't it? I haven't done anything to the bathroom. And this will be Jed's room when he comes, of Ocean Vans. He's on about coming out. Be nice to see him. I'll get him a little bike to run around the island on off one of the hire companies. And here we'll get a view of the sea. You can just about make it out in the background there behind the church. That's about it really. Out here, well, I've dug the barbecue out, but what a lovely place to sit in the evening. This is all lit up, and so is the barbecue, so you could barbecue in the evenings. I'm in the middle, as you can see, of clearing all that. So I cleaned my marble steps, as you can see, and the driveway's clean now. So yeah, happy Rudge really. So there he goes, as if by magic, the power of television. We're at the beach. Now this beach is only probably 5-10 minutes by bike or car from my house. So there's a couple of very nice tavernas. I did actually use this one last year, and I can recommend it. It's a great place to chill out. So yeah, there's the beach. What a great day to be alive. Look at that. I feel very lucky. Those of you who followed the site know that I've had my traumas. Everybody has them in life, and I'm very pleased to be here. So let's get back on the bike and head out for shopping and then back to the homestead. So yeah, that's the journey with the house. Now the next thing that I'd like to mention really, and I've had a fair bit of support, as you know, over the years. My mental health isn't fantastic at the best of times. I find that being in Kefalonia really does help that. So if you are suffering from that, reach out and talk about it, because it's, you know, I think the days, we've all grown up a bit from the days when it was a taboo subject, so it needs to be talked about. But that's all I'm going to say on that subject, and this was a little piece I did to camera about that very subject. Yeah, so imagine the scene. You've just been diagnosed with clinical depression. I won't go into too much detail about that, but depression is a bad word for that sort of thing, and anybody who suffers with it will tell you the same thing. There's anxiety, all sorts of things, lack of confidence. So imagine this, I'd built a bike specifically to come to Kefalonia a month previously. We'd travelled all through Europe. I was frightened to death most of the time. It takes a lot to scare me, but I'll tell you, I was frightened to death. I'll never forget the feeling when we docked here. I'd been to Kefalonia a lot, and it was like a second home to me back then. But the minute that platform came down there and we rode the Harley Davidson bar hopper, which I'll stick a picture of up right now. The minute I rode that bike onto Kefalonia soil, I cannot tell you the relief. Now I'm telling you all this because I know that there are a few people who watch the channel that suffer like me. I think the thing here is that once I knew what the problem was, I got a lot of help off CPNs and various people. They put me on some medication which was terrible. I was on medication for about 15 years. I've been on it about a week or so, maybe 2 when we got here. I was in a terrible state. I felt properly poorly. But getting the bike here was a big relief. And as we rode up into the mountains, it suddenly hit home that I was safe. Whatever happened from now on didn't really matter, because I was where I wanted to be on my bike. Now then, skip back a while. I sold a perfectly good shovel head 1200 Harley Davidson that Maz Harris had sold me 3 or 4 months previous. Good heritage, just been rebuilt. Very, very reliable bike. It's still on the road as far as I know. I could have come on that, but no, my head was so twisted that I got rid of that, and a friend of mine started building the bike and I finished it off. And I rode, like I say, I rode it here. So skip forwards away. My advice, well, everybody's journey is different, isn't it, you know? But looking at this ferry reminds me that however bad things have got, it was worth pushing forwards So don't ever give up. There's always somebody that you can talk to. And if you've got a friend that you suspect isn't well, ring them, talk to them, or just sit with them. They'll appreciate it, trust me. I don't want this to turn into a lecture, so we're going to end it here now. But, my friends, fellow sufferers, if it hadn't have been for that trip in 1997, I wouldn't be living here now. Dreams do come true. True story. Tomorrow, as my gran would say, is another day. Keep up the fight. I wonder how many people are coming off that ferry with a dream in mind. So there you go. That's the port of Sammy and me reflecting on my journey. Another big part of this journey, which isn't resolved yet, is the love of my life, which was Sovereign Bay. As some of you know, followed me a long time. The original idea of this channel was to film me bringing Sovereign Bay round to Greece. It wasn't long before I realised that wasn't going to be possible, for a lot of reasons really. I mean, she'll sail around no trouble, but there was money involved, and then there's the complication of leaving the European Union for the UK, that makes it difficult. And then of course there's the luxury tax. It would cost me €2,500 per year to keep that boat on Greek waters, tax-wise. It doesn't matter how you flag it or whatever, I've been into it, and that was the end of that. So yeah, the boat's up for sale, and it's become a bit of a problem because with the interest rates rising, things like that aren't selling very easily, and I still have the boat. So if you need a Princess 38 that needs a bit of love and attention, I'm open to offers now. I think I had it on at £28,500 this year. I would take an offer on that. Anyway, let's watch that bit. What I've done now is I've put a 30-foot line. I always carry lines almost the length of my boat, and I've thrown it up onto the fly bridge and made it off so I can quickly undo it, and another one there. The reason for that is that I will be up there steering the boat, and when we get over there, as you can see, there's the travel hoist. That's the dock where you go in. I'll probably be on my own. Andy will be in the dinghy, so the lads will be waiting for me, and they'll be waiting to catch a line. And because I've got no crew, that's how I have always done it. I throw a line off the fly bridge to the shore, and whoever's there can catch it. And of course, if I'm on my own, then I'll make them off on the safety rails, and I'll come down and take them off the safety rails as I need them. So we're pretty much ready to go. making sure the boat's level. So there you go, I've plugged her in to the electric. Andy's lent me a ladder, and that's where we're going to be hauled up for the night. Okay, well I've been asked to do an update on the boat, so here we go. There we go, 38 foot 1981 Princess 38 running Ford 180 Mermaid turbo diesels. As you can see, we've done all the bottom, scrubbed her and re-anti-fouled her. She's only had one coat for the moment because she's going to be laid up all summer while I'm away in Greece. Clean the props. I've got anodes to go on the shafts. We've got some anodes down there that are going to be put on the hull. I haven't got around to doing that yet. I've put one of the new flaps on. Got one to do on the other side for the exhaust. Cleaned all the trim tabs. Given the hull a bit of a wash and a clean. I'm going to drop the dinghy down and have a look at that. I'll put the spare fridge, that'll be going up on board in a minute. Because I was going to fit that as a spare fridge for beer and what have you. The one in the galley isn't in as good a shape, so maybe it should be used there. That's Sovereign Bay. Now, the next thing that happens quite a lot out in Greece, and now I have the house in Karivados, my neighbour Makis has a small farm. Well, that's what I called it. But yeah, he grows a lot of stuff. And one of the things he does at the beginning of the year is he gives me a lot of lemons. And I like lemonade. So here's a little recipe for you. So, what do you do when you're given lemons? You make lemonade. So you're going to need some fresh lemons. You're going to need some sugar, or you can use honey. So yeah, you'll need sugar, honey and some water. And because we're in Kefalonia, I'm using bottled water because there's a lot of lime in the water here. So we best crack on, hadn't we? Okay, so we've got the washed lemons. Not quite sure how many I'm going to need yet, but I need a cup full of lemon juice. So what you need to do first is roll your lemon. Oh, Mrs. Roll your lemons. No, it's not a euphemism. It just makes them easier to juice, that's all. There you go, that's that one. Be quite firm with them. Organic. So there you go. Now, you're going to need a bowl for this. So what we're going to do, we're going to just skim them. Oh, the smell of these is something else. Right, so take a bowl and you want to put two cups of sugar in. Like I said, you want equal amounts of everything. So 2 cups of sugar in there, and you just simply place the lemon skin in there like that. Get a fork. Make sure that the sugar is coating all the lemon skins. So that's that. That's that one. So now we'll right, so we're going to cover that up and put it in the fridge. Little tip, Janice Wilson, aka the Terminator from Wilson Catering, gave me this trick. Shower cap, boom. And I'll put that in the fridge and that will sit overnight. Okay, it's a brand new morning and I've took the sugar with the lemon zest or skin, whatever you want to peel, whatever you want to call it, out the fridge, and that's what it looks like. As you can see, the oils out the lemon skin, I'm going to call it, started to soak into the sugar, which is what we were after. I'm just boiling a pan of fresh clean water up. I say fresh and clean because we get a lot of lime in the tap water here. It's alright to drink, but I've been using bottled water to make the lemonade with. In the fridge last night I bottled up the one I made yesterday with the conventional method of just using sugar and water as a syrup. So now we're going to make a sugar and water syrup like we did yesterday, but with the lemon peel in it, and see how that one comes out. So there we go, water's boiling. We'll just wait for that. I've just turned the heat off. You don't want it actually boiling, do you, really? So right, I'm just going to put everything in here now. The smell of this is just, as I said yesterday, yesterday's smells were something else. You want to make sure you get all that good stuff out of there. There we go. Right. And as before, you just want to stir that. I've turned the heat off on here so I can put it back on there now. There we go. And as before, you want it to go clear. Oh, I think that's just about gone clear. So now we can get the lemon peel out. I wouldn't normally put that on the stove, it's just so that you can see what I'm doing. Get all that good stuff out of there. And there you go. Now that's gone yellow because it's got obviously got the oils out of the lemon zest in it. Pour that back in there for a minute, just so I can make sure that it's absolutely dissolved, but I'm pretty certain it has. So there you go, that's your concentrate, and now all I've got to do is add some equal quantities of lemon juice, which would be 2 mugs, which is what made that up, and then put it into a pitcher like we've got here, and add water to it to taste, because it's a concentrate, obviously. So there you go, homemade lemonade. Have a go yourself and leave in the comments below what you think of it. Personally, I think there's an awful lot of sugar in that. I'd like to find a way around that. There are alternatives, like I say, you can use honey, and there are other things you can use, but I think it'll probably lose the natural taste of it. I may try the honey one at some point. Anyway, there you go, homemade lemonade. Now, as some of you will know, I'm not the only one, but I watch occasionally Captain Corelli's Mandolin. Not a fantastic film, I have to admit, and it did ruin one of the beaches on the island. It's their fault. They built the road. Anyway, never mind that. Pelagia. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry, I drifted off there. Yeah, so I quite often visit the beach, the one where Pelagia gets thrown in the sea off the jetty. And here's a little snippet of that for you to brighten your winter. Wow, just look at that. It's the ferry coming in from the mainland there. Actually, that might be the one from Italy, I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, lost my bearings completely. I've done a bucket there. What a fantastic place Kefalonia really is. Am I selling it to you yet? I think I might be preaching to the converted. Right, get back on the Black Pearl. Now, as I mentioned him at the top of this video, I couldn't leave my little mate James out. He loves the Black Pearl. So I thought I'd stick a little compilation of ride-bys. Now, these are quite difficult to film because, as some of you know, I film with my phone and a selfie stick. Because it's all I can afford at the moment. The editing suite is about to get changed. I think the Hobbit's on the case with that. She's going to try and get me something better so that I can actually use some cameras. I do have a couple of sports cameras and one quite old GoPro. But I quite like filming with the phone. It's easy to carry around and the selfie stick's easy to use. But yeah, filming a ride-by can be quite difficult because I'm on my own. So I have to film it going one way. Then I have to turn the bike around, come back, turn the camera around, ride off into the distance and ride past it again. Quite complicated. But anyway, James, here's the Black Pearl riding past you. Now, another feature of the videos is the people, and I'm very lucky with the people in my life these days. The Hobbit and the Bucket come out and visit me now. We'll get into that in a minute. But I've also got a little family network over in Greece. Beer Grylls, the Terminator, and Brother Paul. And occasionally me and Brother Paul's 7 3/4 in age, and I'm 5, nearly 6. We get left on our own by what we call Mum and Dad, Beer Grylls, and the Terminator. They go off to the UK and leave us on our own. And this is what we get up to feed ourselves.
Good evening. Here's John. Well, that's all right. There was too many anyway.
Oh, there's too many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take 2.
This is something I learned at Cook's School. It's a cheesy wiener.
Ooh. Cheesy wieners, girls.
Cheesy wieners. Oh, that sounds disgusting, doesn't it? Cheesy wieners. No, it's not wrong. You can't call them cheesy wieners.
No.
No. Bye.
Take 1.
Tonight, we are mostly cooking wieners. Thank you.
Look at his melons, Mum.
Today, we are cooking melons. Yeah.
Lovely pair of melons our Paul's got.
Yeah.
And take 2.
This week, mostly just making cheesy wings. Thank you. I loved you today. Cheesy wings.
Right, well, we're getting towards the end now. Yeah, so The Hobbit and The Bucket, as I said earlier, came out and visited this year. They've both been out a couple of times and stayed with me, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to drive them around the island. Can we stop and take a picture, is a famous saying, and let's make some memories. It's another famous saying. So here's a little snippet of what goes on in the car when we're trying to get somewhere. It takes forever to get anywhere. I think we went to Catelios, it took us 2 days. Anyway, that was from Caravadas. Anyway, here's a bit of banter going on between me, the Bucket, and the Hobbit. Yeah, that's right, it can only mean one thing. The Bucket is back, you'll be glad to know, because I know a lot of you are fans of the Bucket. So, should we go and get her?
Let's go. Let's go.
And get her. The Hobbit's ready, I'm ready, let's go and see.
The Hobbit.
All right for them, look, see? They get sit in the car and go, can we stop? See? So, I've just pulled up so the Hobbit can take a few pictures. And the Bucket's gone, oh, something smells really beautiful. And I went, lavender farm, maybe? Take her anywhere, can't you? So we've been driving now for 2 weeks. The Hobbit has been out of the car more times than she's been in it, photographing things, along with the Bucket. The driver's slowly losing the will to live.
There's goats.
So Facebook, Instagram, all those platforms, beware. You will be full of pictures of Kefalonia before the day's out. What do you mean I'm rambling? Are we filming? Oh. Well, I only got out to take a photograph. I've been in about a week now. They must be hungry. Maybe they've had a goat or something. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, well, there you go. If ever the devil cast his net, look. You alright in there, Hobbit?
Yeah, I'm alright. I found something for my lips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's got cracked lips.
Hair and makeup.
She had a salty crepe the other day, now she's got cracked lips. I'll take her to the vets or something, I think. On the road now,
3 minutes.
Ooh, yeah, about 3 minutes, maybe less. You know, and yeah, photo shoot. So yeah, stop them. Lost count there, really. Here we go again. I think we did about 2 minutes. No, it wasn't even that this time. I think it was a minute. Did a minute this time. The Hobbit's off down the beach. So I think the girls are going to get out and have a look. Whether we get up to the top of the mountain or not is anybody's guess. Yeah, goats doing goaty things. In. They're going in. The Hobbit's getting brave. Yeah, see, off they go. We've run completely out of food, but we do have some chairs for the film crew to sit on when they catch us up, because they said they were going to catch us up. Well, the girls have fallen for that one, but as you know, my history with the film crew isn't great. I don't expect to see them again there until I hit town, and they'll be in a bar somewhere getting twisted. Anyway, thought you might like a view of the road we're on. girls back in the car in the next 3 days, and off we go. So I've been sat here now for about a week while they take some photographs. We did do 100 yards, so it's a bit of a record, this one. Yeah. Never mind, eh? Life of the road. Oh, and by the way, Jackie doesn't like the state that the Armco's in. That's the crash barrier thing. She doesn't think it's very safe. Meanwhile, trying to catch the goat isn't one of Hobbit's best things ever. It appears to have run off. We find the Hobbit in one of its unnatural environments. They don't like heights, apparently. But it is still taking some photographs. Oh, it's seen us. They're very shy creatures, the Hobbits. Here comes the Hobbit with a hobbity hop, hop, skip and a jump. It's looking quite chuffed with herself. Must have filmed something. So we're just coming into Foscado, and the Hobbit said, "Oh, I thought we were going to come in the other way," which we didn't, I don't think. Anyway, we're at the bakery. I've not been here before, so I thought we'd try a sausage pie out. Yeah, well, there you go. Now then, the Hobbit, as some of you know, is trying to buy a house out in Kefalonia. She's still looking. We found one she likes, but they want a lot of money for it. So we're still having a look. Anyway, this is Foscado out of season. She has a passion for that, as we all do. We've all got our places on Kefalonia that we love. The Hobbit loves Foscado. So I thought I'd take her out of season just before she flew home. This was the day that she flew home. And I did a bit of filming there while we were there. Right, well, here we are in Foscado. Now, you know that I'm not that keen on it during the summer, and a few of you have commented that you can't understand why. Well, I thought I'd show you what it was like in the winter. Now, you see, to me, this is almost what it was like all those years ago, before us lot came and took over in the summer. Look at that. Just look at that. And how peaceful is it? You can almost imagine what it must have been like to live here before tourism started, can't you? Almost. Now, I know it's very nice to sit in a taverna and have a glass of wine, and if you're the Hobbit, a lobster. But I quite like it like this. Anyway, that being said, everybody's different. It'd be a boring world if we weren't. But I just thought I'd share it with you, and we're going to have a little walk round now. Hobbit's going to, it's her last day, so she's going to buy some lunch. I'm going to have a coffee, and we'll see how the day pans out.
Well, some of your viewers might actually enjoy walking.
Oh, you
Like
think so?
Yeah, but this is lovely.
Leave in the comments if you enjoy walking.
It's so easy, just along here, around the back of myself. It's beautiful.
Oh, she keeps going on about this blooming lighthouse. She thinks she's going to get me to walk it.
It's 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
But look, you can walk all the way to Daphne if you want.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your little walk.
Yeah, those of you who remember me doing Daft Nudie, and if you didn't, flick through the videos, you'll see it, which is here. Well, remember that the film crew packed up halfway down and left me to it, and it took me about 3 weeks to get there and back. Right, can we go now?
Yeah, let's go. I'm hungry now.
She's hungry now. We can go now. That's nice to know. Well, we're about 2 weeks into the drive back from Foscado to Argostoli now. She's missed a flight, and we've had to stop about 80 times now for Now, I know Tom and Victoria will be loving this, so let's see if I can zoom in for you without causing the camera too much stress. There you go. The Hobbit in its natural environment there, look.
So rude.
Yeah, that's me. Alright, let's see if we can get back to Argostoli sometime this year. Otherwise the season will be starting again at this rate. Okay, well that's this year's look back at what I've got up to and the journey I've been on. And as I said before, thank you ever so much for those of you who visit the Coffee and PayPal page, and for those of you who hit subscribe on the channel, thank you ever so much for doing that as well. If you haven't, hit like, share and subscribe. Sit back and enjoy the ride. I'll be mucking about next year. I'm sure Andy and Jenny will feature on it at some point because I'm in the UK at the moment, so I'm going to go and visit them. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you have a fantastic New Year, and I hope to see quite a lot of you out there. Don't forget, I do meet the viewers on occasions. So I'll see you all next year. Remember, wherever you go, there you are. Thanks for watching. So we've all come to know and love Bear Grylls and his famous escapades. He's taught me some very important lessons in life and how to survive. First of all, take the correct equipment with you to cut through the brush. Secondly, recycle your because you'll dehydrate otherwise. Always recycle your beer bottles. Then, most importantly, build yourself a campfire, and last but not least, make sure you have adequate shelter. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.